So let's talk about these stabbings and attempted beheadings that are becoming so popular here in Ireland. Recently, we had the attack in Belfast, which has created a bunch of, it's given the racists and the two-dimensional scum a reason to hate brown people. But what's actually going on? What's the real situation? Why do these stabbings and attempted beheadings keep happening? Well, allow me please to offer some context. Do you remember ISIS, the terrorist group? ISIS became known for beheading journalists, right? That's what they became known for. They kept beheading American journalists, okay? Now, none of us really watched any of that. It was just they were these awful terrorists that we needed to watch out for, But then all of a sudden, they started being accused of faking the videos. Do you remember this? And this is when the videos started to go viral. Before that, they were only on the gore sites, and none of us really want to see that shit if you're a normal person. So you wouldn't go seeking that stuff out. But then they kept being accused of faking the videos. And then the videos went viral. Why were they being accused of faking them? Because in the video, these terrorists are beheading fellas, and there's not a drop of blood. Or if there is, there's very little. Like, I think in the videos, I remember seeing there was no blood. No blood. I don't know if you know much about the human anatomy, but any cut, really, should bring about blood, especially a beheading. Your jugular is in your neck, is in your throat. There's a lot of blood vessels in there. There should be pools of it. Sorry to get graphic, but there should be pools of it. There wasn't a drop. Okay? We're just going to offer some context before I get to what happened up in the north, up in Belfast, okay? Tremont Tyrell Gibson, okay? Tremont, Tramonte, Terrell, Terrell, Gibson, Gibson. This man is in America up on charges now. He freaked out, he stole a car, he shot people. But this man, in the middle of his court case, turned to his lawyer and told him to shut up. I'm talking to the judge right now. He locked eyes with the judge and he said, "Excuse me, but I shot these people. I shot 5 of these people in the head. In the head." And they bounced right back up, as if nothing happened. I shot 5 people in their head, and none of them are dead. He was sneered at and dismissed, and they rushed him out of the room. Kyle Odom was being interfered with by reptilians in the same way I am, or by whatever they are. He was thinking they were reptilians. I don't know what to call them. But he was convinced of this. And he thought his pastor had something to do with it. So Kyle Odom got a gun, a shotgun. He went to the pastor. Close range, hollow points. Those are serious bullets. Hollow points will put down a grizzly bear. Hollow points are no joke. Those are serious bullets. Hollow points, he shot him, I think, twice in the head and twice in the chest, or somewhere thereabouts. The pastor was back to work 2 weeks later. Could have been back to work in one, but, we'll go. You know what? That'll do for now. That'll do. There's more of these stories that you will hear out there. There's incidents that happened in Dublin and X, Y, and Z, but I want to stay on topic and I don't want to go too long on this. In Northern Ireland, a Sudanese man named Hadi Alodid, I'm just going to call him Hadi, Hadi, but Hadi arrived in Ireland, and like most people of melanin skin, immediately thought things were a bit strange here. Not the scenery, but the people. What do I mean? Well, I'm quite an ugly bloke, but when I tell you that when you arrive in Ireland, you look around at these people and 80% of them literally look malformed. They're lit, and we're not calling people ugly to be mean here, but they're uncomfortable looking. There's none of them that look proper. Well, not none of them. Some of them do, but mostly they'd even look wrong. How they carry their eyes is wrong. Like there's always something. They're just weird. But you try not to judge, and you think, it's an island. They're probably balls deep in their sisters every day. You make excuses for these things, like I used to. And then this is what happens. Now, Hadi won't be the first to, if he ever gets to talk, he won't be the first to have this story. A lot of people who come to Ireland have this story. Something similar. Hadi was walking up towards a bridge with some sort of bridge with a bit of a river or something underneath it. It was something like that. And he thought to himself in his head, I wonder if there's any fish in that river. I wonder if you could catch any fish there. It was something along those lines. And the other man, the man who he stabbed, the man who he tried to very nearly beheaded, Stephen. I can't pronounce his surname. Stephen, a local homeless man. Well, Stephen, when Hadi was thinking about, I wonder if there's fish down there. I wonder if you could catch a fish there. Stephen responded to him out loud. Yeah. That's what happens here. This is why there's no schizo or any of that bullshit. It's not that they'll make you hear voices or make you see things. They can't really tell the difference between what you're saying in your head, thinking out loud, versus what you're actually saying out loud. Because it's all the same to them. So you'll think something, and one of these fuckers will respond to your thought. That happened to this man, this Hadi, the Sudanese man. And it freaked him out. Now, he didn't do anything that day. But when he got home later, he started to think about, how come I do feel drained by some of these people? How come I have these weird... Ever since I came here, I get these weird nightmares of being abused and harassed on the street and being ganged up on. Is it just because I'm surrounded by a lot of white people? Maybe, am I uncomfortable here? Am I picking up on some racism or something? What's going on? He was having all these thoughts, and then he started to realise that every single day he left the house, he was being fucked with. He was being abused in some manner or shape or form. Whether it is they drain you of your actual blood, do they manipulate your mind to stress you and agitate you and feed off your loosh or your sneed, your energy? But the most important thing you need to know about these people is that they are bad for your health. They will slowly kill you just by being around them. Slowly, because they feed off of you. So he noticed that he kept having these kind of weird bouts of sudden exhaustion or anxiety when he was out in the street. And every single time he'd look around, he'd see that homeless man or whatever, that not homeless, but down on his luck. He'd see that guy sneering. And at first he didn't remember when Stephen responded to him out loud. Hadi was kind of, they wipe your memory, or he had blocked it out because it didn't make sense or just dismissed it, whatever the case may be. But slowly over time he started to put this together. He started connecting the dots. So what did he do? He got a knife, and he tried to behead this man. Now the emphasis here is on tried, because he very nearly beheaded him. He was literally, there was another 1.5 inches maybe left to cut through. Sorry again to get graphic. And he even stopped halfway and went, where's the fucking blood? He was trying to prove what he already knew. And in a way he did. Because that's the thing you need to know about these creatures. They are flesh and they are bone, but they are not blood. They are not blood. That's why those beheadings from the ISIS days, that's why they didn't bleed. That's why there wasn't a drop there. Their clothes stayed clean. That's why this Hadi guy attacked Stephen up there. Oh, by the way, Stephen is expected to make a recovery. Sorry for getting tongue-tied in this. He's expected to make a recovery. I don't know about you, but if you take a human and chop their head damn near off, you slice into their jugular, there's no coming back. There's no, slap a bit of Sudocrem and a Band-Aid on it. No. You're done. You're done. Stephen's in hospital, having yogurts. Bit of jelly. Same thing. I forget the Dublin story, but it was two girls that were harassing another actual human, a man of melanin skin. It was two Irish girls, or I don't even want to say Irish because I don't know if we can call whatever these things are Irish. That's the thing. I don't know. But they were hassling him, they were bothering him, they were manipulating his mind. He freaked out and stabbed them. Now, is this violence the right thing to do? No, and I'm not saying it is. I am only offering you some context for why this keeps happening and for what parts of the stories are being left out. That's what this video is for. Do not attack anyone. Turn to Christ and pray. Do not attack anyone. But that's what's actually going on. It wasn't a random attack. It wasn't a lunatic stabbing someone. It was a man who was being abused psychologically, mentally, spiritually, on a daily basis by whatever these Nephilim, parasitic, reptilian, whatever these animals are. These abusive little scumbags. And he got sick of it. He snapped. Because we all have a breaking point. I don't care who you are. There's only so much torture you can put up with before you just snap. We all have a limit to our patience. And he reached his. They fucked around and they found out. But there you go. If you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you. To be honest with you, Tremont, Terrell Gibson, Kyle Odom. Go look at them. This Sudanese man. Guys, again, a very near decapitation. Very nearly a decapitation. And the guy is in hospital recovering from that. Everyone who comes here, every human who steps foot on this island has the same stories. We are surrounded by them. So, Hattie, Christ be with you. To be honest with you, I hope you're freed. Because I know what you did there was self-defense. It wasn't assault, it was self-defense. Christ be with you. To the guy who was torturing him, Stephen, I hope you learned your lesson. I hope you learned your lesson. LPA to you and your kind. Leave people alone. HUEMANS, humans, real humans, want nothing to do with you. You can't just keep torturing us and expecting us to do nothing. You fucked around and you found out. That's the truth about what happened in Belfast. That's the truth about what happens throughout Ireland and in a lot of countries, I'd imagine. But here in particular, I don't know if I know another human being. Honestly. No, I'm sure I do. But look, they make it hard for us to find each other, to reach each other, to communicate with each other. This is the thing, guys. We can't keep ignoring these stories. You can't keep ignoring these stories. We can't all be fucking schizos. There's video evidence. I've got evidence up here. I'm going to be posting more soon. We are surrounded by two-dimensional, low-frequency, parasitic, ugly inside and out bastards. And they are manipulating, abusing you on a daily basis and wiping your memories so that you don't know about it. Or maybe it's like I said before in the previous video, maybe it's time manipulation. Maybe they can do whatever they want to you and then rewind 2 minutes and it's undone, but they still got their kick. Maybe that's how it works. I've never claimed to have all the answers. I'm just trying to put it all together. I'm trying to get there and I'm trying to do my best here. By myself and by ye, because all this suffering I've gone through, it's not going to be for nothing. It's not going to be for nothing. At the very least, we're going to get real about them. We're going to talk about them and what low lives they are, because I know that hurts them. I know the fact that they need us and we don't need them. That hurts them. I know the fact that they're lesser than us hurts them, because if not, they wouldn't need to have manipulated this whole situation to try and pretend there's some kind of advanced species. Sorry. Yeah. It's, guys, they're bullshit artists. They are not human, and they are bullshit artists. Okay? You're gonna need to wake up, trust your intuition. There's a few things you can try. I tried the Dick Yannon glasses to try and see people's auras. Didn't work for me. Another thing you can try, although it's expensive and I have no money, I'm still trying to get them to put back on my money. But another thing you can try is thermal. Do you know the thermal goggles? Apparently they're quite cheap online too. And I'm not selling them, by the way. I'm not selling you anything. But apparently they're quite cheap online. You can get them cheap. Whether they'll work as well or not, I don't know. But you can get thermal lenses, and apparently the likes of you and me will show up with heat signatures. Like if you've ever seen the movie Predator. We'll show up with heat signatures. They won't. They stay blue, they stay cold. They are flesh and bone, but they are not blood. Please reflect on this. Watch it again if I went a bit long or it was a bit too much. But yeah, guys, the truth is right there. You just need to actually open your eyes and look at it. I'll check back in soon. Thanks for watching. Jay Fardy, out.